And we are back for another live episode of the Kingdom. We would like to welcome a couple fellas in the chat tonight already. Chaz, Barrett, welcome, boys. Welcome everybody else across this beautiful country of ours. Manitoba, Sask, Alberta, BC, Newfoundland, and anybody else on this earth that might be checking in tonight. We got a good one tonight. We're talking Ryder Cup. She starts in a little under 2 days, a little under 48 hours, I believe. My math is basically 24 hours. Anyways, let's get to her here. We'll see you in 30 seconds.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As always, my name is Drums, and I'm joined by the brothers behind Kngdom, Regan and Jor Headley. As we always do, we're sending it up north to our boy Reg. What's going on, Reg?
You're on
mute, fella.
There's lots of commotion going on in the background here, so I didn't want to. Start with that. Not much is going on. I went up to the range last night for the first time in this whole year. Foxy, I FaceTimed Foxy for about 40 minutes, and he gave me some pointers, and it's kind of nice. I wanted to go to the range the whole day while I was at work today. Craving golf again, which is the first time in a couple of years, so it's good. I'm excited to get back out. I'm definitely going to go to the range tomorrow or Friday.
Right at the end of the year.
Good timing. That's okay. It's fine. I haven't liked golf for like 3 years, so any time is good for me.
Beauty. Jor, what's happening out in Rossman, man?
What? You can't just say beauty to he hasn't liked golf in 3 years. What kind of statement's that, Reggie?
I haven't really liked it. Like, it's just been a fucking grind for 3 years. And Fox gave me something to work on. It was actually, I haven't hit balls like that I don't want to jinx it. I wanted to say that, but I don't want to jinx it. But I haven't hit them like that for a long time, so it was good.
All right. Well, we'll accept that as an answer. Hello, everybody. Top of the evening to you. Things are good out here in Rossman. Pretty quiet. Everybody's moved away. The lake shuts down in 4 days. That really came fast. The F. And I don't know. It honestly feels kind of weird. The leaves are all falling out here. All the trees are changing colors. It's nice though. It's peaceful. And I've been doing a lot of golf. I'm trying to squeeze in as many rounds as I can before the snow falls. And we're in for another long Manitoba winter. But we'll get into. We got a couple things to catch up on. We had Monday Q on the show last week. And everybody I've talked to anyways, which isn't a huge sample size, but everybody I've talked to really enjoyed the episode with Ryan. He was a really good guest, I thought, and lots of interesting things. If you haven't checked that one out, make sure to do so anytime. You got an hour and a half. It was a long one too, hour 45. We had lots of golf chat with him. We probably could have went on for another couple hours, but anyways, we're going to talk some local golf. We're going to talk some Ryder Cup and have a good show tonight. I'm drinking whiskey and ginger ale tonight. The stomach's a little bit upset. So if you hear some grumbling on the microphone, that's me. So
everything's good over here. Just I'm not a fan of these mornings already, man. Way too cold in the mornings. Everything's soaked. Car, it's got to heat up even.
You got the furnace on yet?
We had to throw it on the weekend, yeah.
I'm holding off as long as I can. It's probably bad for the house, but.
Well, like at work, it's honestly like 12 degrees in the entire building, so it's absolutely freezing.
Really?
So getting home, I have to crank the heat. It's nuts. It's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on in our household, but we're getting through all our sicknesses right off the hop here. So hopefully that carries us through for the rest of the winter season. Luca was sick, and then Liz was sick, and then I was sick last week, and then Luca woke up Saturday with pink eye. So it's just been kind of a grinded out week here at the homestead. So everybody's on the mend. Everybody's just getting back to full health now. So good time and right in time for Ryder Cup.
Yes.
Spend more time on the couch.
Yeah, you could have got sick during Ryder Cup. That would have been the best case scenario, I think.
Right? Take a couple days off. Yeah.
COVID coming back?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh man, we could talk about a lot of things right now happening in Canada.
We got COVID coming back. We got Nazis. It's just heavenly up here.
It's a great place to be.
Wild.
Yeah. I'm just glad we're in rural Manitoba and not in a big city right now. That's for sure.
I left for 5 seconds and came back to that.
Yeah. We saw our opening.
Holy man. We're not getting into this shit on this podcast again. If we are, I'm resigning.
No, we're good.
That's how this podcast was born.
Yeah, and it started growing when that stopped being talked about. But doesn't matter. We don't need to get into that.
Okay, easy. Okay. You're the biggest Joe Rogan fan on the planet right now, bro.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyways, let's get things going here. Let's start with do we got some housekeeping, Reggie? You haven't heard any housekeeping.
I don't have a whole lot of anything, honestly. One big piece, but the thing is, I usually tweet stuff out, and then I feel like people have already seen it, so I don't feel like repeating myself. But
no,
Norman Jung qualified for the PGA, so he's gonna be on tour next year. So that's gonna be unreal.
How did he qualify already?
Hey,
the Q School?
He won 2 tournaments.
Oh.
I don't know.
Isn't it auto bump too?
What's that?
Isn't it auto bump too?
What do you mean?
Like if it's a mid-season and he wins 2 tournaments, he's automatically kicked up to the PGA, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know.
He does. I think so. I don't think he has to wait for the next year. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking on my phone or on Twitter, and I don't think there's a Norman Jung tracker yet, but I think I'll stick to AC. It is exciting though. It's pretty cool how fast that happened. I mean, from Wednesday to Sunday, that happened. We were talking about it happening, and then all of a sudden it became real. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to tracking him.
Yeah. So anybody that missed it last week, Ryan from Monday Q, Reg asked him who he's got kind of as a clear up and comer and future favorite on the PGA Tour, and the first name out of his mouth was Norman Young, and Reggie'd been talking about him a couple times here, and to get that validation from somebody like Ryan, and then obviously to see him get his card shortly after, Reggie's hot, baby.
Pretty sick, man. Like, I don't know. Even this, we'll get into it later when we profile him, but this Ludwig Auberg, like, what's happening with him right now, the rise that he's on is like, is it crazy? Well, no, I can't say that. It's not. But it has potential to be crazier than Scheffler's rise.
Yeah. The way the Golf Channel talks about him, he's Tiger Woods 5.0.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch him, actually. Against some of those Americans. It's going to be fun to watch. There's going to be some good golf.
It's funny how the Golf Channel just loves calling somebody the new Tiger Woods.
I know.
They want somebody to replace Tiger Woods so bad. Like Tiger basically has paid all their salaries for the last 20 years. And speaking of that, I can't, like, they do the live from the Ryder Cup. And I actually really like that Brad Faxon. He's a good commentator. I think he's got some good insights on things. I cannot stand that Amon and that Brandel Chambly. Holy Christ. I can't. It's almost like watching Trudeau and Freeland on my phone. Every time I see it, I just like can't see them, can't listen to them. they just drive me nuts. So I like that Koepka got in though. That was a nice shot to Chambly there from the Live boys. But anyways, back to Norm.
Probably, I would say more important news than the Ryder Cup, honestly. In the whole big grand scheme of things, Sonny and Siwoo are competing together in the Asian Games this week, and if they get gold, they'd be exempt from a mandatory 21-month military service requirement.
No way.
So they're playing together, and there's actually a at Sungjae tracker. I retweeted it today, and it's he's gonna be tracking them. So kind of cool. Not cool. It's definitely not cool. It's just it puts a different spin on things about what's really important. Like, I mean, these guys are literally fighting to not have to go to war for 20. Not that they're going to war, but you know they're going to lose their golf game probably if they take 21 months off of competitive golf, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're basically fighting for their life right now, like golf, their golf life. I think that's kind of cool.
It's crazy. It's like terrifying at the same time. Like they have to do 2 years mandatory, no matter what, no matter who you are. There was a UFC fighter, same thing. He was like on his rise, like headed to number one, about to get like championship fights, and then had to go do his 2 years, and then basically fell off the map. Had to make the climb again. So respect to them, I guess, for trying to battle their way out of it. But good luck.
That's nuts, man. That they have to get
Yeah.
a gold medal. What about it? Silver? Like silver, just they don't care.
I guess not. What happened at the Olympics? I feel like somebody did that at the Olympic golf. Somebody got exempt from it.
Yeah, I
should
don't
have looked
remember.
that up too. But
Oh yeah,
Maybe
could be.
Russia. Anyways, anything else, Reggie?
no.
Okay. We should give a shout out. We're going to start doing a cheers on this show. So once a week, we're going to do a cheers from the three of us. Something good that's happened, either local or national or really anywhere. Just some good news, something to cheers about. So this is going to be the inaugural one. And it's for Thomas Friesen and Evan Nautigal. I think it's Nautigal. That's how you say it, right? Nautigal?
Yeah, I think so.
They finished runner-up in the Manitoba 4-ball. So pretty impressive. I think I forget who the guys that won were, but one was from it was Dave Michaleski, I believe, from Selkirk, and another guy. I forgot to write it down. But anyways, this one's for Thomas and Evan. Cheers, runner-up. They actually lost on a countback, which we were talking about last week and how shitty countbacks are. But still pretty good nonetheless. So cheers to those boys.
Cheers, boys.
That's tough, man.
It is tough.
No?
Good to see, though. Thomas has been out there. He's been golfing a lot. He's been golfing more than most, you would say.
More than anybody in the world, I believe. The amount
No,
on
I think
social media, that
Sats
guy.
has golfed
Holy
more than
smoke.
him.
Yeah, him and Sass are pretty tight. I think Dustin's hit 71 today or 72.
72 rounds since the middle of August. Like, I mean, that's wild. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't had 72 rounds in the last 2 years.
Yeah, you have.
No, I don't. I would bet that I haven't. Like, that is a ton of golf, man.
It is.
Speaking of 4-balls, Roscoe's in the chat. Roscoe, aren't you and Colby heading down south for some kind of championship right away?
Yeah, they're going to Minnesota, I believe.
For qualifying or something?
For a qualifying, yeah. I was talking to Colby. That's got to be coming up soon. I think it was middle of October, I believe, was the qualifying. And then I think it was in the spring where the actual, maybe not. I could be wrong, but it is in Minnesota. Roscoe, Colby heading down there. So good luck to them. Of course, the boys, the cousins. But let's start with some golf stuff. So maybe the blue chair will kick off with drums. Maybe a quick recap of that from your perspective, from your vantage point.
I have to not drink on Fridays going forward. My performances in the singles matches have been quite less than stellar.
You're what?
my performances in the singles have been horrendous.
2 on
I
'em?
was down. I didn't even think I was that bad. When we got off the bus on Friday, I was like, fuck, I'm kind of been tacked here. And then walked into Joe's and lights went out and don't remember much after that.
Did you get a
So getting
triple?
on the first tee was still had the shakes. Everything was a struggle on Sunday. So Dan handily beat the shit out of me. He committed a murder.
Dan
I was done on 13, I think. Yeah, it was a massacre.
Dan Hannah?
Yeah,
DH got him.
DH got me.
But we still won.
We won. Yeah.
Came
I'm
down
2-0.
to the last hole, playoff hole, actually.
TT.
Shout out to TT, my partner for the day. We ended up playing 3 playoff holes. The Ryder Cup was at 14-13. So it came down to the final match, went to 3 playoff holes, and Ty got her done on the 3rd hole, par 3. That's where it ended last time we had a playoff too. So kind of cool. If team JP and Johnny would have won that hole, we would have went to 14-14 tie, one man solo, 1 per hole. So that'd have been cool, but it was nice to win because I don't think I could have survived that. There was enough anxiety, I think, for even the playoff holes and leading up to that. It was pretty cool though. I think we were down a couple, 9-6 maybe through the first day, something like that. We are down a couple. So
yeah,
it was a comeback win. It was a nice win, and we got to drink out of the cup. So that's all you can ask for. Reggie, you want to talk about Dello the day after the blue chair and the wedding?
Yeah, I had 40th birthday party at the brewery on Friday night. Carried on to a wedding on Saturday. I had to wake up on Sunday morning and drive to Dello. Wasn't the best spot, but about halfway, I kind of snapped out of the hangover and I got pretty excited to play there. We've been talking about it for a couple of years on here and several years probably to go play it overall. Yeah, I would say that it exceeded expectations for me. Lots of unique holes. 8 and 9 are kind of the only really, if you could say, boring. 8 and 9 are kind of what I expected for maybe like 5 of the holes. So for it to only be 2 of them that are like that, I mean, the other 7 holes, I mean, are very unique. Some dog legs, some one really. There's probably one easy birdie on the whole course, I would say.
Which one?
That short par 4, but then it's got a crazy green, so it's not really that easy of a birdie. Like it's a tough course. It's fun. Kind of tests everything on that course. We had a good match with those boys too. Came right down to it.
Yeah, Reggie chipped in a playoff hole. Should give a shout out to Colby, one of the guys we were playing with there, though. We won hole 7, which is the wall hole there, to take a 2-up lead. And on hole 8, he piped one. And I mean, he was kind of like, I wouldn't say he was like real into the match up until that point. Like he was probably making some pars and bogeys and stuff, but he wasn't like doing anything crazy. But then 8, he piped one and then stuck it to, we drove up because you couldn't really see the green from the approach shot on 8. So we drove up there and I was like, holy, he's tight. So he had about a 3-footer for birdie on 8 to win the hole. And then on 9, he pounded a drive as well and hit the pin, dropped to about 2 or 3 feet, tapped it in for birdie. We went to playoff hole, and he had a pretty good performance there as well. But Reggie chipped in for birdie on 7 to get the W and win a free beer.
And when I chipped in, they were like, Jor actually hit a good shot, or what me and Jor thought was a good shot off the tee. And it was a little too far right, so he was in the hazy. So it was me against those two, and I had to hit last. And they both stuffed them. Like I was videoing both their shots, and they both stuffed them. You can't see it on the video, of course, but like I knew that they were close from where I was, and I kind of tugged mine a little bit, and I was just off the back edge. And then Colby had about a 5-footer, and how far would
Jay was about 8 feet, I think.
12 feet? Yeah, 8 feet. So they were both in there tight on a hard hole. And then I chipped in and it kind of just like sunk them. And Colby actually lipped out so hard. Like his putt probably should have went in as well, but
Yeah.
no, it worked out really good. Good day. Lots of travel. I didn't get home till 10:30 that night, so it was a long day, long Monday at work. But
How far was it from Brandon and Reggie? Hour and 10?
just over an hour, probably. Yeah, hour 15 maybe.
Probably to the course is about hour 15.
Mm-hmm.
But well worth the drive, and that could have been our cheers for tonight too, because we've been talking on this podcast for the last couple of years that we were going to get out there, and we finally did. So it was nice to get out there. Beautiful course. It was in great shape too. Those greens were rolling really well. But yeah, it's funny playing with those guys. Just how golf is, like how mental it is. Like they're both really good players. But they were hitting shots like how I would hit at Wheat City because I've just seen so many bad shots there for myself. I have so many bad memories. Like on say for example 15, like I always aim so far right just to not be left because I've been left so many times. And they were doing the same kind of stuff there. And me and Reggie were just kind of playing without any fear because we didn't have any bad memories there. So we were hitting them down the middle. They were kind of bailing out a little bit. But that's just how mental golf is sometimes it's an advantage to play a new course that you've never seen before. So anyways, let's
Speaking of that, we got a match coming up on Saturday at Madge Lake.
Yeah, Madge Lake.
Me and Jor taking on Stike and Snoop. So we got our hands full, to say the least. It's gonna take probably the best that me and Jor both have to maybe split it with them. I don't know. We'll see how things go, I guess. It's a little different when you're in front of the camera every shot. So maybe we've had enough of that practice over the last little bit, but we'll see.
It is.
I also completely changed my golf swing in the last 2 days. So I could either be 70 or 100. So we'll see. We'll see which one it is.
Yeah. Speaking of playing in front of the camera, I'll touch on this quickly, then we can get into Ryder Cup stuff. But Drake from the Golf Highway and myself went out to Oak Island yesterday. So he had the day off. Went out there for a match, a 1v1. It was just me and Drake. And I was nervous. I told him on the first tee, I was nervous because a little different, like different than just a cell phone. And we can kind of just throw up some stories whenever. But this was like shot by shot with some like commentary as well. And then he wanted to play from the black tees. So that threw me off a little bit too. So we ended up playing from the blacks. I played pretty well. He played well. We'll have to wait for the YouTube stuff to come out before I give anything away. But it is much different playing in front of a camera, knowing that I don't really have any sort of control over what happens with the video and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Yeah, well, I usually, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
We almost had a Ches and Madge.
Yeah.
Almost got him, but he's got to work. So, yeah, it was fun though. Man, Oak's in such good shape still. Just looking out there from the pro shop there into the course, just so green still. And those greens are just even like 3 days after we played it there, Drummy, like they punched the greens, and you couldn't even tell they did it.
Yeah, like it was that week that they punched them, right? Yeah, unreal shape.
Yeah, this has to be
as always.
I thought last year was good with how courses went to bed, but I think this year might be a one-up over that from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember being really mint last year before we shut it down, but this year's like, I mean, this is the best shape some of these courses have been all year, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Which makes it even more a piss off that winter's coming.
Yeah, it sucks that they have to close. I mean, We'll probably get might get a Rose Ridge Bowl going, but at the old
Ice cream bowl?
Ridge. Yeah, ice cream bowl.
Yeah, that'd be fun. When was that? Why was Rip there? Oh, he was on the COVID, hey?
Yeah, I think he was, yeah. It was in November.
Oh, November.
Yeah, right. We played, that year we played St. Charles with him in October, and then we played at the Ridge in November. I think it was November anyways. It snowed and then got nice again and they opened up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the water's going off here in 4 days at Rossman, so I'm guessing they'll start shutting things down. Dwayne will probably leave the pins in still.
Remember the ponds were frozen?
At Deer Ridge?
Yeah. Because Because Rip hit a shot out of the pond.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to skip them across the pond.
That was actually a lot of fun.
Didn't he just
He
sign his
negotiated his
ticket that day?
contract on the first tee
Yeah. Yeah.
through an AirPod.
Yeah, he was
That was
hitting the
funny.
drive on the first tee with the AirPods and discussing his contract at Deer Ridge.
Yeah, his life's changed a little bit in the last 5 years.
Yeah, no
3
doubt.
years.
Okay,
Anyways.
let's get into some Ryder Cup stuff here, fellas. So we're gonna do a full breakdown here, which we don't often do. So I don't know, it could be a long one or it could be not so long, but we're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna talk about the last results from the last couple of years. We're gonna talk about the tee times, the players, the venue, some storylines, predictions, and our own picks. We're gonna do a little wager at the end. So, Reg, you kick us off with what's happened in history, in his story.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give the last 10 years who the captains were, the total points, and where it was hosted. So in 2002, the captains were Sam Torrance and Curtis Strange. It was hosted at the Belfry.
I think Belfry.
At the Belfry. 15.5 to 12.5 for Europe.
Where's the Belfry? That's in Europe?
In England.
England,
yeah.
I believe.
England.
And then at Oakland Hills in Michigan in 2004, the captains were Hal Sutton. This is nuts. Bernard Langer was the captain for Europe in 2004.
Mhm.
Like, that guy's been around and he's still so good, and he was a captain at this time. Like, 19 years ago, he was a captain of the Ryder Cup, and he's still unreal. Anyways.
He's what you want to get to in life.
Yeah. Europe smoked him 18.5 to 9.5. The next year was at the K Club in Strathmore, Ireland. The captains were Ian Woosnam and Tom Lehman. 18.5 to 9.5 again. I didn't realize it was this lopsided so much, but at Valhalla, Louisville, Kentucky, Azinger and Faldo were captains, and U.S. won 16.5 to 11.5. Celtic Manor Resort in Wales, 14.5, 13.5 for Colin Montgomery and Team Europe over Pavin and the U.S.
So is this when they started the task force then, or when was that? No, that was 14.
2012 at Medina, Jose Maria Olazabal, isn't it?
Yep.
Beat Davis Love III, 14.5 to 13.5. I didn't realize how much Europe beats them.
Yeah, that's why they had the task force.
This was the task force here.
14, I think.
Glen Eagles Resort in Scotland. Paul McGinley against Tom Watson. Europe won 16.5 to 11.5. 6 out of the last 7 they won that year. 2016, Davis Love III beat Darren Clark 17-11 at Hazeltine. Says that Arnold Palmer's spirit was a big part of the 2016 Ryder Cup. The King passed away the Sunday before the matches, and every player from both sides felt the loss. So that was a big win for the States there.
That was at Hazeltine?
Yeah.
We played on the same property as Hazeltine in the States this year, Chaska.
Right. Chaska Town Course.
Mm-hmm.
2018, Europe won 17.5 to 10.5 at Le Golf National in France. Thomas Bjorn against Jim Furyk. And 2021, Steve Stricker in the States beat Paddy Harrington in Europe 19 to 9 at the American Club.
That was a stomping. That's when Rory was crying.
That was a massacre.
And that brings us to today.
So what was it, 8-2 for the last 10 years or 7-3?
8-2 from my count. No, 8-3.
7-3.
8-3 in the last.
That doesn't
11,
add
he
up.
said. 8-3 in the
How does
last
that work?
11. Yeah. No, that's just what I read.
11.
7-3 in the ones that I read.
Here's some tips for you, Reggie.
I'll read them close to the match. I don't want to get in my own head. Kidding.
Colton's proposing a match at Kenosha on Monday.
I got to work.
I
It's a
might be in,
holiday, guy.
Colton. I might be in. We'll chat after the pod. I'm into that. Colton's on Rumble though. That's good to see. I should check out Rumble. We should give a shout out to Rumble. Anybody on there watching?
Ooh-wee.
That's good stuff there, Reggie. So what was I gonna say there for what was the last time? It was like 19-9. That was the
Yeah.
final? Holy.
I didn't realize how bad Europe has beat the States over the years. I always just thought that the States beat them. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's been 30 years since the States have won.
In Europe.
in Europe.
Oh, Drummy froze. Or did he? I can't tell. No, I see his eyes moving. What the hell happened there?
What?
Did he freeze for you, Reggie?
Yeah.
That was weird. It's like you just had you went full Mitch McConnell there for a second. What were you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying that it's crazy that it's been 30 years since the U.S. has won in Europe.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were saying, but then you just stopped doing everything except your eyes were still
Well,
moving.
I was talking, but Reg was talking at the same time, so I gave up.
Oh. Okay. Let's keep it rolling here.
No, it's all good.
So do you know how many cups have been played there or no in that time?
They alternate.
Yeah, I guess this last one was probably the only one that was 3 years in between, right?
Yep.
Right. Because of COVID.
So now it's like the odd years? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's always been even, so.
The Vid attacked Ryder Cup.
It's funny watching all the old ones now, or I guess like they're not super old, but maybe I think the last two, and seeing like guys like John Rahm, Spieth, like how young they looked in like the first ones. Like, man, that wasn't that long ago, but
remember that one year when
getting
Hunter Mahan stubbed that chip?
oh yeah.
Wonder what year that was.
I would say like 12
Like that ended his career.
for sure.
Who did we have on the podcast that was his favorite player was Hunter Mahan? That was
I don't
early
know.
on.
That's a crazy pull. Where's he been?
Speaking of old golf, I've been continuing my little tear of old golf. I just find it so entertaining to watch, especially old Tiger in the prime. But this was Tiger's match against Rocco. I might have watched it already, but I watched it again because I fall asleep for some holes and then catch it again. But Rocco Immediate looks exactly like Aaron Cockrell.
I have to look it up.
I'll show you right now.
Okay.
It was
Are you doing like a side by side?
No, but you'll be able to see. In this tournament, he did anyways. He looks a little bit older now, obviously, but when he was that age, he looked exactly like AC, or just his like smile and his mannerisms and everything. Maybe a picture won't do it, but video of him. Watch the. I think it was 08 U.S. Open against Rocco. But anyways, I just kept seeing AC in his eyes and smile and everything. Got the same kind of facial features, but anyways, let's move on to the tee times and TVs. What's that?
I thought you were showing it.
Oh well, I mean, it's hard to get a real good picture of it, but hold on here. Here's a decent one.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, pictures don't really do it justice, but look, watch some video on it, and you'll catch on. I think, anyways.
Oh, definitely. I see what you mean. Yeah. Holy shit.
Can you see?
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at a bunch of pictures beside each other, I see exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
He was old as shit at that point, though, wasn't he?
He's older than Aaron for sure, yeah. And he's even
like he was
older now.
Yeah, he was like 40 something at that point.
Yeah.
Just hitting those little slingers everywhere. That was sick.
Just bunting it. 210 down the middle.
He loved his
Pete was the
hybrid for
best
sure.
ever.
He was hitting hybrids from like where Tiger was hitting like pitching wedges. Okay, Drummy, I know this is going to be a hard Ryder Cup to watch for us, but give it to us.
So for Friday, the foursomes start at 7:35 local time, which is 12:30 a.m. our time. So what do we got? 27-ish hours to get there.
So that's tomorrow night, right? Yes.
That'll be tomorrow. Yeah. Thursday morning, 12:30 a.m. And then that was the foursomes are at 7:30. For ball starts at 12:25 local time, which is 5:30 our time.
That's the afternoon. There is the 4-ball.
Yes.
Okay.
And then so it's same times for Friday, Saturday, tee times, and then Sunday singles matches start at 11:35 a.m. local time, which is 4:35 a.m. here.
That's actually not that bad. We probably just won't get to watch the foursomes.
Right.
Morning matches.
I would say that, truthfully,
I might be up.
It's probably for the best on the weekends, no? Like that way you don't have to piss away the whole day, like watching from like 11 o'clock to like 6 o'clock. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't call that pissing away though.
No, but I'm saying like if you wake up at 4:30 and then it's say 6 hours long, what time's that? It takes you like 10:30, and then you just do it the whole day ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm thinking my plan for this is going to be I really like watching the foursomes, like when they have to hit alternate shot. Like that's a lot of fun to watch for me because that's actually a more of a team thing, I feel, than just like guys playing their own ball and trying to make the best score. Like there's a lot more strategy involved with the foursomes. So I'm thinking I'll be really jazzed up to watch it tomorrow night, and I'll probably stay up and watch that, and then maybe on Saturday morning. Oh no, we're golfing Saturday morning. Maybe I'll pull an all-nighter tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll be up late tomorrow too. There's a couple albums that I'll be tuning into about that time, so it'll be music and golf at the same time. It'll be just a joyous time over here at 12 a.m. Your gay old time.
Is you still listen to music every Thursday night?
Yes, sir.
Every Thursday.
Well, like if it's something that piques my interest in a new album drop, and then I'll make it. We got Drake, Fingers Crossed, and a Wayne album too, so I'll be in my zone.
Drake's kind of a wild card though, isn't he? He likes to mess with his release dates.
Yeah. Bit of a prick that way.
Yeah. Don't love that.
No.
It's kind of cool to me that you follow that. Like I would have no idea. I just see like somebody post a Instagram story and then check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same for me. Like music's a lot different now than it was 10 years ago when I paid a lot closer attention to it. Now I just rely on my phone too much to like recommend me what I want instead of like me actually going out of my way to do so. Which is nice.
I don't really find like people that I haven't heard of yet. It's always just, oh, okay, I like this person. Let me see what they got going on this album.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the 2023 Ryder Cup, Team Europe, let's start with them. I might have a hard time announcing or pronouncing some of these names. First of all, the captain, Luke Donald, everybody's favorite player back from the Tiger Woods Sony PS3 days.
Like 04 era.
So they got...
He was kind of the dude for a while, eh?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was up there in like my favorite player category.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I never liked him. I don't know why.
Really?
Never.
Man, have you watched them like do press conferences or voiceover work for any of this stuff on the Golf Channel? Amazing voiceover voice. Like he could put me to sleep every night for the rest of my life. Just slow. He's just got an unreal voice.
Yes, he was world #1 for a bit. Cool.
So Team Europe, Ludwig Åberg, the hot shot. That's who you guys were talking about, eh?
Yeah.
They got Matty Fitzpatrick, who's been beaten by his brother lately. His younger brother been beating him. I think he's younger.
Alex, yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood. Ty Hatton. I say hat on because some TikToks. I didn't mean to pronounce his name like that. Nikolai Hogard. Victor Hovland, who had some social media gold today. Shane Lowry, a.k.a. Eric Waters. Robert McIntyre. Who, I don't know who the hell that guy is. He looks like a weirdo. Rory
Did you see him
McIlroy.
with his...
Bobby Mack's a lefty, man. Come on.
He's a beauty.
Right.
Did you see him with his... in his pajamas, too? His Euro pajamas?
Yeah, I did.
Those are unreal.
We got Reggie's guy, Rory McIlroy. John Rahm. Justin Rose. And Sepp Straka. What a name, Sepp Straka.
Absolute all-time name.
Good looking team, man.
Good, too.
I wouldn't be betting against them, I don't think. Team USA. We got the captain, ZJ. Biggest nerd in golf. Nerd and not in a good way either. Dumb nerd. I shouldn't say dumb nerd, but the bad kind of nerd. I don't like ZJ. Sam Burns, who grew a pretty good mullet, I must say. You guys see that?
It looks like his 5-year-old drew or wrote the USA on the side though. Like,
yeah.
They've not went to a real barber and like got that like nice. I don't know.
Did you guys ever do moulets back in the day?
Oh yeah.
As a kid, you never did?
Well, we had them, but it wasn't like for anything.
No, but like it was just like the style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I had them on like
crazy mullets.
Did you ever carve shit in the sides?
Oh, I had racing stripes.
Did you?
When I was 19.
Oh no, I'm saying when you're like 6 and stuff. When I was like 4 or 5, I had stripes in the side too in the mullet.
Troy always had a mullet.
I did. Big old curly mullet. Next, we got Patrick Cantlay. Wyndham Clark claims to be better than Rory McIlroy.
Okay, pause
Fowler.
there.
Good to
What
see
do you
Rick
think of
back.
that?
I like it.
Yeah, me too. I like it way more than I would prefer him. I prefer him saying that than saying, no, he's going to dominate me if I ever get in a match with him.
Agreed.
I don't know why people ever get mad about that. Like, yeah,
Like,
you
fuck
think
off.
you're better than everyone. You're a professional golfer.
You should.
You don't go into a week thinking you're not going to win. Like, yeah, I'm sure he's not playing for second place all year. I mean, he's had one of the best years in the last little while. Like, he could say whatever the hell he wants right now.
For sure.
Really.
He's had a better year
Who's
than
better
Rory.
than him right now? Yeah, who's better than him right now?
Exactly. Fuck off.
Really.
Another lefty, Brian Harmon. Earned a spot on the squad. I don't know if he would have made it otherwise, but he had a good year, won a major, and good lefty. Max Homa, everybody's favorite dude. Brooks, Team Live. He also shaved in a mullet. He had his professionally done, though. He had hit on Instagram today. Little less mullet, though, but still a good look for him, I think. Colin Morikawa. Xander, the X-Man, Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, and some other bum.
Some other bum that absolutely went off in the last tournament.
Justin Thomas. There you have it, folks. There are your Ryder Cup teams. Okay, hold on here. Let's show something here because, like, this guy is a nerd.
Zach?
Yes. How can I get there from here?
Who do you think plays the least on each team?
Like, he's a nerd, no?
He's a dweeb, yeah.
Harm?
Who plays the least?
Yeah, I got Harm and probably Hogard.
Hogard's good, man.
Well, it's either him or McIntyre, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the play is here, though? Like with JT, like I feel like his first match will be a big one for him.
Sure,
Well,
you
he's playing with
forgot
Spieth.
somebody.
What's
You
that?
forgot Justin Rose for some reason.
No, I said him.
You said him, but did you say Adrian Morong?
No.
Who?
Is he not playing?
No.
Nope.
Huh.
I don't even know who you said.
Oh,
It's
No,
quite
it's
true. And he
Adrian
has a cleft
Moran.
palate too, doesn't he?
Barrett said in the chat his forehead is as tall as the Ryder Cup trophy, referring to ZJ or Luke Donald. Both pretty big foreheads. Or as we like to say, 5 heads. Okay, what's next?
I think Rose might play the least.
No way.
You think so? No way. I got Rosie like as the dark horse over there.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think so. We'll see. We don't know.
I don't. That guy's always just around.
I say Rose and Harm are mine.
Army? What if Harmy gets hot?
Yeah, I'm not saying
Might only play
he
singles
won't.
matches. Who knows?
That'd be
Nothing
tough to
wrong.
earn your way onto the team and then only play single matches.
Oh, what a kick in the dick!
Yeah, that'd be a tough
You
And
one.
you
think
gotta
that
watch
could happen?
Justin Rose, who couldn't break 80 for fucking 4 months, go out there and play 4 matches.
Oh,
Tough
I
to
made a
say.
big mistake.
You know they're going to be putting Cantlay and X together for most matches. Spieth and Thomas, I'm sure, will be in the first match.
Yeah.
Koepka, maybe Wyndham. I don't know. Like, has Morikawa been playing that well lately?
No,
Fine.
he's like top 10 every event. He just
I go
hasn't been.
Max Scotty as a team.
Yeah. So even Burns, like, he might not. I don't know. I've kind of underestimated Burns his whole career, so he'll probably prove me
Burns
wrong.
and Ricky might be a good team in my mind.
I hope Rick gets a lot of action. He's fun to watch. I love
He
Rick.
could also be one of the guys that plays the least.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? Who I am warming up to more and more? Brooksy.
I was gonna say that actually when we got to the predictions. He actually had whatever, it doesn't matter. Did you see his quote today? Was that real or no?
Which
About the live?
told him to play better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of deadly.
What
Well, I
happened?
mean, like,
That thing.
it's perfectly true. Like, yeah, whatever, bitch all you want. You chose to go there. You knew that you weren't going to get points for going there. You knew you had to, if you wanted to get points and make it there, you had to play well in the majors. You didn't do that. The fuck
Play better.
else would you want him to say? Play better. And like all the Sergio left off stuff, like his time's
Who's
passed.
he better than on there?
Right? Like it's been a long
not
time
there.
since. Yeah, he wouldn't have made it.
Ches and Koepka are on the same page today. Ches also said that to Reggie. Play better.
Yeah, I think that's why he said it.
Oh, ties in then. Well,
That's what I took, anyways. I don't know, but yeah, I'm with you, Drums. I'm kind of starting to dig him. Never thought I ever would.
Yeah.
Reggie, where's the Ryder Cup?
Italia.
In Italy, it's a weird name.
I think it's just
Sorry.
outside of Rome.
Marco Polo?
Something really strange.
Well, give it a shot. Tell us about it, man. Let's go.
It's apparently a very taxing course to walk.
That's my bad, man.
What?
I misread the agenda. I was waiting for Drums to start into his part. I'm sorry. Marco Simone in Rome, Italy. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
We're not a professional podcast.
Nah, big deal.
And I was honestly looking at my phone because I wanted to touch, and don't let me forget to talk about this, about the Solheim Cup, because it
Okay.
was an absolutely insane finish, man. Like, if the
So
Ryder Cup,
Yeah, put a pin in it.
have you guys seen much on the venue here in Rome? Have you watched much?
The only thing I saw was there was an article today that I saw that it's a pretty tough walk apparently, and a couple of the Euro boys, their caddies are a little larger, so
did you see it?
they were legitimately worried about these guys because they were just leaking oil, like struggling to breathe and shit after practice rounds. So
Really?
they
Was it
were yeah
Rappaport? The guy that Rappaport was walking with?
yeah well it was Terrell's. It might have been Terrell's and Shane's caddies. They were struggling.
Well, I mean, I would probably struggle too, like especially 36 a day, like in the Ryder Cup, like that's a lot of carrying a bag
Oh
around.
Oh,
man!
yeah.
Speaking of walking, at Saturday at the Blue Chair, there was a group behind us. We were the last group. There was a group behind us, and they must have been relative newcomers to the game. But the one dude was just carrying his bag with like the handle
It's a
for
suitcase.
for 9 holes. It was fucking wild. Every time we turned around, he was walking his bag. It looked nuts. Like he was carrying his briefcase, and he wasn't good, so he would hit it, walk 10 feet, hit it with his bag. It was fucking crazy.
Were you
Never
in
seen
Mini
somebody do
with
that.
us drums when Tej was doing that?
No.
Yeah, Tej had his bag, and I guess the strap broke off. So he was carrying it around for, and it was full of beers. Like we were playing this little par 3 course, and they didn't have any carts for us to rent. So we had to, he didn't know that. So we had to carry our clubs. And so he had this big, like, pro bag, pretty much close to it anyway, same size, full of beers. And he's carrying around like a suitcase. And then for a while, he had it like this on his back. And it was like 30 degrees too outside. It was painful. We only did 9, then went to play another course after. But anyways, yeah, that's a rookie move for sure.
The States actually have carry bags, I think, this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Or
Unless
no?
that was just practice round bags. I don't know.
Could be.
Could
But all the
be.
caddies have like the duels now, don't they? Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Sense.
so
Oh,
kind of what I've seen on this course so far. Actually, if you need some good golf content for the next 24 hours to get you through the Ryder Cup, on YouTube they got a pretty good. It's all new this year. They got a bunch of different features on like the course, the captains, the history, best moments. So I was watching on the venue, and actually, it was this family in Rome that owned this castle, I believe it was, and so they inherited, obviously, or they bought it. Something happened. This millionaire there and his daughter decided that she actually wanted to run the course and turn it into something special. And
She's a
so,
super, right?
yeah, she's like the person in charge there now. This guy's daughter, the millionaire's daughter, and they redesigned it in 2016, I believe, or 2018, one of the two. And they designed it specifically for match play. So their whole idea with their redesign was to host the Ryder Cup. Like that's what their whole um, vision for it was. And so it's kind of like set up to be like a stadium course almost for the matches, and like how the hills are. It's set up for the fans and how the sound carries and all that kind of stuff. Like all that was put into this course, which I've never seen before. Like usually they the Ryder Cup goes to a course and they do the best they can for it to accommodate. But this course was like specifically designed for a Ryder Cup. So I have very
Sick.
high expectations of it. So that might be a bad thing, but it'll be interesting in either way.
Did you see?
it says they lived in. Oh,
Was it Monday Q that was tweeting? It's actually probably more more of a nightmare to go to the event than to watch it on TV. He said he's gone more than once. First time, yeah, obviously it's an amazing experience, but the actual viewing of it is dog shit. You get, what do you say, 20,000 people trying to watch one golf shot at a time. Like
they
you're
get
not seeing
beers.
anything. Yeah, you're just watching it on the screen anyways. So
At
the
the
actual
Ryder Cup.
viewing, yeah, like the actual viewing experience isn't great. The
Well, so-
experience, he said, well, you'd never change, but there's no sense in going more than once.
So if you look at the design of this course, and they probably had that in mind actually when they were doing it, because there's holes that run along each other kind of, and then there's a big ridge that is in between them. So you can kind of sit up on that ridge and you can see both sides of it, like
Nice.
guys coming this way, guys coming the other way. And I think that'll make things a little bit more interesting, I think, from a fan's perspective who's there. I also don't know how big of a golf country Rome is, but anyway, sorry, Reggie, go ahead.
He says, so he
Molinari's,
posted this picture.
Yeah.
Monday Q?
Yeah, so that arrow pointing towards the guy in the back, he said, is that guy talking with arrow talking to the guy next to him? Is that Rory? No, it's his twin. Did you see the ball? Of course not. We're 100 meters from the tee and 200 from the green. I have to pee. Line is 7 miles long. How much for the tickets? 5 million euros. This is great. Hashtag Ryder Cup. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you'd specifically go there to watch the golf. I think you'd go there for the experience more than anything else, right? Like, because it's crazy on like the tees when they're chanting and like when a putt gets made. I think you're there for that more than you are there for the actual viewing.
There was another quote he had. The guy beside him watched somebody hit a bad shot, and it was, I flew 5,000 miles for that bullshit.
His Tiger chunked a chip.
I guess it would be quite a bit different, than a normal tournament where there's 100 and some guys in the field. Yeah.
Right.
It says this course hosted the 2023 Italian Open, and the last actually 3 years it's hosted the Italian Open.
Really?
Yeah. And it's 6,900 yards. So we'll see. It'll be pretty cool. To touch on that, Jor, for the viewing too, and I saw actually a lot of tweets during that Solheim Cup last week, and everybody's basically saying like it couldn't make any more sense than just to allow the Solheim Cup and the Ryder Cup to be played at the same time.
Do you think you think at the same time or like 1 week?
No, like at the same time. So there's like that many
that'd be
more
unreal
groups on the course at once.
Or if it was just the Ryder Cup, but it incorporated both.
Right.
Right.
Do you think that would be good?
The only thing that I
get
worry
more
about
viewers for the women.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think there's just more to watch. Like there's so much wasted space on it right now.
Yeah.
Right. And that golf is unreal to watch, man. I wish I would have started watching earlier last Sunday, but.
No, I agree. I think the only thing it would be just kind of like almost too much going on, like trying to track, well, who's where, what team's up. It would be hard to know where the cheers are coming from, who they're for. I just feel like it'd be more of a distraction than anything. It would be cool though, in a fantasy land, but I don't ever see that happening.
Well, maybe you cut it back to like 8 and 8.
People?
Or 10 and 6, something like that.
For the women. It has so much history. I don't think you make changes like that. That's just my opinion.
True enough.
Sonny just teed off in the quest to avoid military time.
That's nuts. Okay, so let's talk some storylines here. Maybe before we actually, Drums, you go ahead. Start with what you had there, because I have one that kind of ties into the course as well.
Okay, I apologize. I don't have like a lot of storylines.
That's okay. Just whatever the main one is.
No, I just have like the random shit that I found golf related.
Oh, that's
I went the other way. So we can skip me for now if we want to just continue with Ryder Cup shit.
Okay. Yep. No, that works. So the only thing that I kind of found interesting with the course and like a storyline there is the closing holes. So like I said, the course was actually designed for match play, not like a stroke play event. So like they were talking about the fact that most matches actually don't get to the 18th hole. The majority of matches finish on the 16th hole. And so the 16th is a par 4, a drivable par 4. And then I think it's a par 3 and then a par 5, something like that. But it's like the last 3 holes are basically designed for like a wild finish, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Like Clear Lake?
Pretty much like Clear Lake, yeah. Because that's the same thing: drivable par 4, par 3, and then not a par 5, but close to drivable.
Happen,
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Actually, Clear Lake is amazing for match play. And even before that, too, 15's no picnic. To anything could happen on that one too. I mean, the whole back anything could happen at Clear Lake. But and the other one I was watching was Rory. Rory actually hasn't had a whole lot of success in the Ryder Cup, which I found to be a little surprising. And one guy who has is Justin Rose. For some reason, he's a foursomes. I get confused there. Foursomes All-Star. I think his record's like 7-2 or 7-1, which I found surprising.
His record at the Ryder Cup is nuts.
Yeah, like I think, I don't know the record, but I'm not going to try to say it. But he's in the positives by quite a bit.
I think it's like 10-3.
Something
silly.
His 4-ball and his singles record were pretty much even, like win-loss even. But then his foursomes record was 7-2. So I think he's 5 net positive in records, which is
okay. So which one's foursomes? Alternate? No. Best ball, right?
4-ball.
4 balls alternate shot.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do alternate shot in the afternoon.
Oh, don't we call best ball 4-ball?
No.
Who knows, man? I think so.
I don't know.
Okay,
kind of on this
topic. Alternate shot.
Right. It's alternate shot. Or it's best ball.
So I'm confused now because I thought foursomes was
foursomes is alternate. Shot, I think.
I thought it.
Okay, we're getting confirmation here in the chat. Let's sort this out before we confuse the hell out of everybody. It also doesn't help that they're pretty much the same word.
Yeah.
4 balls and all 4 balls are played, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar to this, did you guys see that clip from Barstool in the scramble, the 4-5 argument?
Yeah.
Stupid argument.
It's a rule,
did you know that was the rules, though? I had no idea.
Nobody follows it.
I had no clue.
Yeah, these guys tried to call us on the scramble tournament a couple of years ago, and they're like, fuck off.
Actually?
Yeah.
So did you, take a penalty, or did you take the stroke?
No.
What happened?
No.
Fuck him.
Told him to fuck off.
It was an inch in the hole. The guy taps it in. They're like, oh, you got to take that. Now we're like, fuck off. Try to call us on it.
That's a bad rule.
It's a stupid rule.
And just like most things in life, if the rule doesn't make sense, I don't follow it. So
it's made to avoid, like, say, in a 2-man scramble, and you have the first guy goes, and he knocks it 4 feet past, and it's only a 2-man scramble. It takes that guy going up to his putt and trying to make it, and if he makes it, then the other guy can give it a go. That's the only sense that rule makes. But then, in the sense when it's a couple inches from the hole, I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. But it's if there was if that guy had to make the 4-footer coming back, why wouldn't he just try to tap it in?
Yeah. But I mean, it was a gimme anyways. They would have given it to them at that point. But
the rule itself would come from that.
But there's actually not a rule. There's a lack of a rule. So without an actual rule, you have to go to what it is regularly. There isn't a rule for scramble in that case, right?
Do you know what I mean by that, though?
Yeah.
Did that seem staged?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, that guy's a psycho.
There's a lot of psychos that work there.
But you could tell that wasn't his first time calling somebody on that.
Right. He's a psycho like that.
He's had that in his back pocket pretty much every golf tournament he's ever played in.
He would
every scramble he's ever been in, yeah.
What a loser.
I bet you somebody did it to him and he just said, fuck it, I'm doing that for the rest of my life.
You think?
Else.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if somebody did it to you, you'd be like how we are now. Like, that's the stupidest thing ever. And then you'd be like fighting against it for the rest of your life.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of guy you are.
True words. Okay. Let's take a pause on the Ryder Cup here. We're going to do Fix Your Divots segment. Who's the sponsor by, Reggie?
This week's Fix Your Divot segment is brought to you by the Price Crash Tour. As we always mention on the podcast, and as we always discuss, something that was desperately needed in the province of Manitoba, a competitive golf tour for amateurs from all around the province, from a couple guys from Dauphin playing, lots of guys from the city, guys from pretty much everywhere came in, all highly competitive golf. They got 2 divisions. They got a division just for seniors that they call Legends, and then they just have the regular division. I would say this year was a mega success. They keep attracting more and more players. The Tour Championship was a really cool touch this year. The video that went along with it was another great touch. I love stuff like that on social media, and it's even better when you can relate to who the people are. Follow them at Price Crash Tour on Instagram or check out their website. And let's hear it, Drums.
I like the Drums. I like the Legends. I like that. Instead of like the Champions Tour, I like the Legends. I think that the Champions Tour should switch to the Legends.
Mm-hmm.
More of a title than Champions. Legends is like Legends never
Agreed.
die. Drumby, what do we got tonight?
This week's comes from our guy, Grant Willie or Wiley. I can never remember what we actually determined what his last name is. Either way, he says, when courses / pro shops are not welcoming, I feel like there's a good story here from him. I wish we would have got that.
Well, there is a story. He basically just said that he listened to our podcast. He's catching up on them, and he just listened to the one from PEI when we were talking about Crowbush, I think. So he must have had an experience himself with that. So, but this is kind of what brought to his attention.
So yeah, like something like that. It doesn't need to be like, you don't need the fucking carpet rolled out from you when you show up. Like just be a decent human being behind the counter. Say, hey, how you doing? Give a quick chat. This is what's going on at the course. Here's your keys, whatever the case is. You don't just have to be a lump on the log, basically. Pretty easy to do that, but you guys know firsthand, walked into a very non-welcoming event or venue. So definitely with them there. That's definitely a Fix Your Divot.
And you can kind of, as soon as you walk in the door, you can almost like feel an energy. I do, anyways.
For sure. What's the best? Small towns, right?
Yeah.
You walk in there. You might be the first person I saw all day. So yeah.
Most small towns. There are some that aren't as nice. But yeah, most small towns. Oak Island, they got a really good staff there at the front. Dello, the lady there, was really nice to the boys. Cooked Reggie little BLT for the road.
GP's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like even the boys at Weed City, like they don't do anything over the top, but they're never like grumpy or grouchy or anything like that. They're just
Patty's unreal.
Who?
Lannon's unreal. Patty Law. Lannon's unreal.
Yeah.
They make
those are
feel
pros
like,
though. Those aren't really pro shop guys.
I know, but they're most of the time they're there. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should give a shout out to Patty. We haven't said too much about Dosa and Patty this year. I don't know why. But I went and dropped a couple head covers off for him the other day. Or not the other day, a couple weeks ago now. And very warm reception. Nice handshake. He gave me one of their Minnedosa Masters gift bags there. Just good shit. And love that course too. I wish we had time to get out there. It's just it's tough. We're pretty spoiled here in Western Manitoba to have the courses that we do. But it looks like every video picture, Patty does good work there for a golf pro. He does quite a good social media game.
Yeah, a small town like Minnedosa is pretty damn lucky to have a guy like that there. Holy shit.
But he's been recognized for it. He's got a couple domies under his belt. So the domies are creeping up on us, boys. What do we got in store for this year?
Oof. There's a ways yet. We're not getting there. Don't put that out there yet.
You'll blink and it'll be here. Okay.
When are the domes?
We usually do it like first week of December, don't we?
Somewhere in there. I can't remember now.
Or last week.
I thought it
of
was like
People in the
last
chat.
week of December.
I'm sure the people in the chat will remember when it is.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
big
doubt
event.
So thanks to Prairie Scratch Tour. Yeah.
Scratch Tour.
I always want to
You're not
say
allowed to do that
Prairie
anymore.
Golf Co.
You're not allowed to say anything.
Yeah.
In that
Thanks
case,
to
we
them.
don't need to be doing advertisements for Prairie Golf Co.
And to Grant Wiley. I think it's Wiley. Reggie, you know?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Wiley.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give our predictions here, boys. So I guess just go with who you think's going to win, what team, and you can just kind of go like big, small, or
just right.
Or just right. And anybody in the chat who's still here, chime in. We want to know who you think. I think the odds. What are the odds, Reggie? You know the betting odds this week?
I think it's equal. Plus 110, plus 110, I'm pretty sure.
Really? Let's kick it off here. Reggie, who you got?
I'm impartial. I'm going to go to the States, though. I think that they're overdue for a win over there. I think they got a lot of firepower. Not to say that Europe doesn't, but I think that Scheffler's putter is going to go off, and he's going to get every point this week for his matches, and the team will follow behind. I think Brooksy's going to go off. I just think that the States, like you said, Drums, they haven't won there in 30 years. I just think a lot of their games are trending in the right direction right now.
He's got a new putting coach, though. Maybe that's
sick.
Might be fucking with the head too much, trying to change too many things right before. Might not be a good look.
Things start going good right before, it's going to go really good.
But it also can't get worse putting-wise for him. So
true. Yeah.
Any improvement is a big improvement.
It couldn't get any worse, I don't think.
So you're thinking USA, big, small, medium?
I would say it's going to be really close. It's going to come down to the last two matches on Sunday.
Okay, good prediction. Drummy.
I'm going to go with very tight as well. Let's get one like last match.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Last match.
I would love one of those.
But I am going to keep with the home team and keep the drought alive, and I'm going Euros. It's the only event in golf, well, I guess it and the Presidents, where they talk about a home field advantage. They said it's unlike anything a golfer ever experiences. The advantage of playing at home versus playing overseas for the Ryder Cup. I think just everything about it. I don't know. It's gonna be a tight one, but I'm sticking with the Euros on this one. I do think Ludwig is going to go off and have his coming out party here. He might be 4-0.
Like Tom Kim?
Think?
Yeah.
I feel like he's got a lot of pressure on him right now.
Some guys are built for it. US is plus 110, Europe's plus 100, so Europe's the favorite.
Which is probably rightfully so based on the history.
Yeah.
So we got Reggie, Europe, tight. Drums, Europe, tight. Roscoe in the chat.
US.
I went US.
Sorry. Reggie, US, Drums, Europe. Roscoe in the chat. Europe by a field goal, so tight as well. I'm going to go Europe as well. I don't think it's going to be that close, though.
Ooh.
I think the Americans are going to get their asses handed to them.
Okay.
Interesting.
Who do you think out of everybody's going to have the most shocking record? Good or bad?
That's a good question. I think Rombo's going to Rombo historically, the last couple events he's played in hasn't been great. I think it was Patty Harrington in 2021 who was kind of trying to mix things up. I think he put him and Rory out there together and they lost. Like that's a big L for the team
Miss.
when
That's a big miss.
those boys are losing. So I think Rombo's probably going to take one of the rookies under his wing, and I think Rombo's going to have a week.
I think that the way that Wyndham Clark battled, that shit that he was doing when he was playing against Rory at the U.S. Open would absolutely frustrate the hell out of anybody that he plays against at the Ryder Cup.
Like
Because
what?
Rory outplayed the shit out of him that day. No, it wasn't even close for ball striking.
Like just scrambling.
His ability to scramble, and when it looked like that day that Rory was going to take advantage, he'd make this just weird up and down from anywhere. And I think it's guys like that. It's guys like Spieth that can literally. You guys know how match play is. You think you got the hole in the bag, and then all of a sudden this miraculous shot comes. So I think that Wyndham Clark or Spieth are going to be the favorites on the U.S. side to have a crazy week.
I'll stick with rolling my dice and saying that Ludwig's going to have his coming out party this week.
I like that.
Good prediction, boys. I like it. We're all kind of a little bit different. It'll be fun either way, regardless of what happens. It'll be a good time. Roscoe's calling for Brooksy to be 0-4. That's a bold statement.
That's wild.
Could happen, though. Could happen. Okay. I was talking to Foxy and I was talking to Sparrow yesterday, and I was trying to think about the Ryder Cup, and I was thinking of who I was cheering for. And honestly, like President's Cup, it's an absolute no doubter for me who I cheer for. Obviously, Canada's involved in it, so we have skin in the game. And
right.
I actually care who wins that.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Ryder Cup, I honestly, and I wanted to do this year because I wanted to see how it actually pans out. And it might not pan out because I don't know how the points will work. I know how the points will work, but my guys aren't going to play every match, so it's going to be a little different than trying to bet on the entire. Yeah. It's going to be tougher to get points. But I basically said, like, I have my guys that I cheer for to win the matches, and I really don't care overall who wins. So I picked 12 guys, and I told you guys yesterday to do the same. So I'll start with my 12 of the guys that I'm going to be tracking just to see how many points they get. And I want to see if the amount of points that my guys get stacks up with who wins the overall Ryder Cup.
I don't know that that's a fair assessment though, because like you said, there's different players playing different amounts, and
they could be playing each other. Yeah,
right, but still,
yeah.
I don't know if it's a fair assessment, but these are the guys that I'm going to cheer for, and
it could be a side game,
an extra bonus. Yeah.
Are we wagering here?
We can if you want. Who gets the most points with their team?
Okay.
But I'm not really. I'm just picking the guy that I like. I'm not really picking to win, but.
Well, I thought we were picking to win here.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
My guys are going to win, but they're just the guys I like.
You don't sound very confident.
Like, I didn't take Scotty Scheffler on my team because I don't like him.
Neither did I.
Okay.
Well,
give us your team.
Well, we better go one at a time then. If you guys want to, if we're putting wagers on, you guys want to talk so shit.
No, I don't think so. We got them all picked. You go ahead.
Just fire my team.
Just fire your team.
Okay, I'm going obviously Rory, Rombo, Bobby Mack, Vic, Ty Hatton, Auberg, Spieth, Koepka, Max, X, Ricky, and Colin.
So Americans on there. Oh no, 6 and 6.
Good squad.
Good
squad.
I tried writing these down. I'm not going to be able to do it for you, Drummy. Sorry, I'll have to listen back. Who you got, Drummy?
Okay, so my squad's going to be Rombo, Spieth, Scotty, Brooksy, Max, Vic, Tommy, Justin Rose, Terrell Hatton, Colin, Ludwig, and I'm taking Winnie.
Should have taken Winnie too, but
who the hell's Winnie? Oh, Wyndham?
Wyndham. I left out a big one there. Roars.
It's okay.
I don't have Rory either.
I don't think he's
He'll
gonna
go
have a good
4-0
week.
and get me some points.
Yeah, he might.
I got Rombo, Ty no hat on, Ricky, Rombo, Kepka, Tommy, Rose, Auberg, Vic. Oh, I had Rose twice. Nice.
I think you had Rom
You
twice
said
too.
Rombo twice.
No, Auberg. Oh no. Maybe this is okay. I'm looking at two different ones here. Sorry. I had Wyndham as well. Cantlay, Max, and Morikawa as well. I think that's 12. Rom, Hatton, Ricky, Kepka, Tommy, Rose, Auberg, Vic, Cantlay, Max, Wyndham, and Colin. Is that 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like I don't want Cantlay to win. I don't want him to win any matches.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't want him to be there.
Yeah, like he should be cut.
He will win. He's going to be playing with X, and those guys are like dynamite squad.
Fucking satellite ears.
Satellite ears.
Do you think? Do you think those guys want to play with Harms? Like, do you think anybody actually wants to be his partner?
What was it? Him that was off by himself at like
Way
the
by
driving range?
himself on the other side of the Euros.
You kind of feel for a guy like that.
Yeah, for sure he would. Unless like it's just his thing.
That's why I don't love the Americans for this one. I think that there's too much like drama between them. I don't think JT should be on the team.
You think there is drama between them?
Well, you got Harmon on there who's like not really fitting in with anybody, obviously, and
I think maybe that's it. Like the Brooks live shit is all blown over. I think at this point, like nobody gives a fuck.
I don't
about
think any
that.
of those Americans care.
Yeah, I don't think it's really like there's a big divide, but I don't know.
I think sometimes, like you said, there's the home advantage, but I think sometimes there's road advantage too. Like in a thing like this where you're going like across the world as like your Team USA and like you're staying in the same place and like you kind of gel. It can either be good or bad. If there's some tension going on within the group, then it's bad. But like if everybody's buzzing and they get off to like a good start on Friday, staying together like that can be like really. And not that Europe's not going to be staying together, but it's different when you're on home soil and like most of their family would. Maybe the States family would be around too. I just think that
all the Euros would be saying it's the same place, right?
Yeah,
like they're not from Italy.
But like I just mean like all their buddies are closer, so all their buddies would probably be there.
Yeah,
and like they wouldn't spend as much time together as a team. Maybe they will. I don't know.
I wish they would have taken Molinari because he's Italian, isn't he?
He's a coach.
Yeah, I guess
or
he
captain,
probably
assistant captain. Both of them are.
He can't even fly it 150 yards over the water when it counts. So neither can Brooks. I don't know why he's there.
So true. Neither can Spieth.
Now Brooks canned it. He proved it.
Okay.
It'll be a fun one.
It'll be good.
I like how different all of our picks are.
Yeah, like the teams are similar, but there's some like big differences on them. Okay, well, we'll see who wins it between our squads. What else we got?
What'd you say, Reggie?
The wager will be based on how my team does. I don't know how much we're playing for yet.
Well, you guys still owe me money from the last one.
Put it on my tab.
Should we just times that bet by 2, 23,000 sats?
I think we should play for cash.
Okay, well, pay for cash then, and you guys owe me cash from last time. I'll just convert it into sats then.
Okay.
You guys are dummies.
$2.
$2? What kind of bet's that?
Play for 20 ahead.
No, just do 10. Winner gets well, We'll say you guys owe me $10 right now, and this one's worth 10 too.
Okay.
So max 20, you guys are gonna lose. It's just for friendly bets. We're all on the same team. We're on
I don't
team
think
golf.
so.
What?
I say 20 or nothing. Just kidding. No, we'll do 10.
We're all on team golf. Colton's on team golf. Roscoe's on team golf. Ches is on team golf. Hey, we should give a shout out to Roscoe tonight while Monday Q's not here. He liked the brand of Shanks for the driving range. He complimented it.
Hell of a name.
So that's a tip of the cap to Roscoe. Good name, good brand, and good for the brand, as Roscoe says. It's kind of good though, like honestly, because Shanks, like when you hit a shank, it's like a bad word in golf, but like I feel like that's a genius marketing play because you can convert that into like people thinking about your brand every time it happens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Good for
How are we
the
looking,
brand.
Roscoe?
There it is.
Where when's the launch date? Where are we looking?
Last time I talked to him, he didn't have a date yet. He doesn't want to give a date, which I understand because anything
Fair
can come
enough,
up
yeah.
and there's so many moving parts. Unless
Yeah.
something's changed since I talked to him last, but he wasn't putting a date on it yet. He's still waiting on a couple normalize the word. Yeah, that's something I'm good with normalizing.
Shanks. Shanks for the memory.
Well, good timing here. Last sip of my whiskey for tonight.
All right.
Stomach's feeling a little bit better. Ginger ale helped.
Did
All right,
ginger ale
boys.
and whiskey help? Cleared it out?
Yeah, I feel good.
Good.
Messed
Good
up my team there, but the whiskey got me. But my stomach's
Yeah,
better.
that was. If you asked me to try to repeat your team after that first whatever the hell happened, I wouldn't be able to.
Within
I
the
could
first
probably do
five, the first 5 people, you had 2 doubles in there, so it was off to a roaring start.
Okay, let me try without looking.
You
Go.
already said.
Rom, Max, Tommy, Vic, Auberg, Ricky, Colin, Wyndham, Brooksy. That's all I got. Oh, Hatton.
You had
Missing
X.
2. That's not bad. 10 out of 12 is not bad.
You had X and Tommy.
X and Cantley.
X
That's
and
12.
Kathy.
Yeah. You're welcome. Oh, look at this proposal from Roscoe.
Ooh. Right, meow?
Sounds like a challenge. No, not right now. Probably closer to the date.
Cool.
Roscoe's probably in his pajamas hanging out with his cat. That'd be my guess.
Can't be next week because we got another exciting guest coming on next week. Reveal
Roscoe,
midweek.
how about just send it? Yeah, we can talk about it, but we'll get you on sometime in the next month, and whenever you want to release the date, we'll do it live on the Kingdom. It'll be first to know. This will be the debut of Shank's Driving Range and Grill release date, and we'll make it a special one. Maybe we'll get a couple special guests coming on outside of Roscoe. Maybe not though, but we'll have Roscoe on for sure.
What else we got, babies? Got Saggies?
Oh, Drums, you got some segments. Take us across around the world.
Yeah, I can
golf.
throw us around the green here. A judge has dismissed Patty Reed's $750 million lawsuit against everybody for lack of credibility, basically. Patty was
What a
suing
joke.
everybody under the sun. Everybody was getting sued for an insane amount of money. And, of course, they tossed it. So that's good on the judge for getting rid of that bullshit.
Personally, I was cheering for it because Brandel and Amon were targets of his. So I was cheering for him to win.
So was everybody else involved in the professional golf.
Yeah, everybody else in the world. We might have been in
Somebody
there.
did.
We don't know.
Somebody didn't give him a putt, and he put them in there.
Yeah, little bitch. But did you guys see this one? A shirtless man with his dog on his lap took the LAPD on a low-speed chase in his golf cart. This gentleman stole a golf cart from a driving range, threw off his tarp, and went touring the streets of LA, and had a good chase with the cops. And then they
A
beat the piss out
low-speed
of him and threw him in the back of
chase.
the car.
What about the dog?
I didn't see what happened. I know the guy got tackled. He crashed the cart basically, and then took off on foot, and got tackled by the police. I didn't hear what happened to the dog.
That's good stuff, man.
Speaking of shirts off, did you see that fella getting rowdy on the course after taking a ball?
Oh my god.
No.
How about his quote?
He got hit with a ball?
No, so this group hit the ball up on him.
Oh,
he,
yes.
Sure,
I
you
did see
sent
that.
it to me.
He
Yeah, that's
waited
my
for
favorite
them.
video of the year.
That's a dude who's been to heaven, bitch. So if you want to test God, then come and get it, shit stick. That's the guy's quote. Tarpless. Like, whoa.
We got to watch that video before we go.
That
here.
guy's been through a lot in his life, I'm thinking.
That's how we end tonight with that video.
Okay, bring her up. Did you guys see the new TaylorMade retro logos? They're working those on with all the new drivers and stuff that they've rocking out at the Ryder Cup, but they've gone back to the like vintage 1999 logo.
Like burnt orange?
Well, they're using like that.
Yeah.
It's not burnt orange, but it's just like the logo of the burnt orange era.
I see.
I think it looks actually pretty slick.
You can't sign into Twitter or you have to sign into Twitter now? What is that about?
X,
I
you
don't know
mean?
my password. Yeah, we can't watch the video.
Other one here was Justin Timberlake and Tiger opened up a sports bar in New York. 22,000 square feet. It takes up an entire city block. There's a 200-inch TV in there, and and 4 golf simulators. So it looks like a hell of a sports bar.
That's
Are you
what's
saying
it
like
called
this
again?
one, Drums?
Yeah,
The Melbourne?
yeah.
That's a
And
great
they've gone
logo.
to it like on everything. Yeah, it's sick.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
What else we got? Tiger Woods. Did you see what he said was his best shot of all time?
No.
Out of a bunker,
His
wasn't it?
3-iron out of the 18th hole bunker at the O2 PGA Championship. He didn't win that tournament. Can you guess who did?
Phil.
John
Reggie?
Daly.
Rich Beam.
Richard.
Beanie.
That was his little dance. That's about all I got for Around the Green this week.
What did you get? You had nothing to report on the live? Looked like they had a pretty good weekend out there. The walk-up songs?
I saved some stuff for that and completely forgot about it. But yeah, it looked like a good time there last week. I don't even know where that was. And it didn't look like there was many people in the crowd, but they did have their walk-up tunes and everything. How about Bubba's? Did you see his?
His walk-up?
Yeah. Apparently he's recorded a rap with a guy.
That's what I thought. I thought it was
what
him.
his song was. Yeah.
Well, remember his rap song with
the Golf Boys?
The Golf Boys, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
What was
was
that guy's name again?
Ben Crane.
Ben Crane.
Well, Hunter Mahan was in there too. And Ricky, yeah.
Too.
The Golf Boys. Okay, drums. That's a good segment, and lots of good info tonight. There, let's check out one of these videos from Drums' segment tonight. Oh, I don't know if it'll work or not. Yeah, it will.
What's happening?
Ball!
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
You
You took her ball.
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude, I'm not gonna fight you over.
If you need money for her golf balls, Walter, there's off fancy, boy. Now get the off the cart.
Walter.
Walter.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you been to heaven. You want to test God? You come get it. Shit stack.
Okay, he's mentally ill.
Oh.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you're
Been to heaven.
Been to heaven is crazy.
Golf course right now.
I'm actually
What the
on his
hell?
side more than I'm on the other people's side.
What?
Yeah, I'm on his side
Why?
all day.
Why?
They sound like fucking losers. He's just trying to have a good time.
No.
He hit tilt on it, yeah, 100%. But
Get out of the cart, bitch boy.
Like, why?
calls him Walter, and they're like, "Who the fuck is
Yeah.
that?"
Why did he call them Walter?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. I'm not fucking with that guy. I'm on his team.
And then he's also what was the quote at the end there? Let's get out of here. He's mentally ill. You think I'm mentally ill? No, I know you're fucking mentally ill. She's driving away in the car. That reminds me of the Cadillac. How's it go? No, we won't say it on here. That's a not appropriate joke for the Kingdom. I know I'm buying a Cadillac. But anyways, let's wrap the show up. We got a little bit off the rails here. We got a long weekend ahead. Not a whole lot of sleep, but a lot of golf. I would say best weekend of the year for me. You guys? You guys like Masters or this better?
Masters.
Yeah. I'd probably say is this. Yeah,
I'm on
best
this,
golf
too.
weekend for sure.
I'm on this Ryder Cup. I think Masters over President's Cup, but Ryder Cup over Masters. That's just me. Take us out of here, Drummy.
Okay, we're out of here. Everybody enjoy the festivities this weekend. Enjoy the Ryder Cup. Keep in touch with us all weekend. Let's see who wins out of our teams. We're out of here for this week. Like Reg said, we may have a special guest next week, so make sure you tune in live at the Kingdom. We're out of here. Peace. Love you, boys. Later.
Love you, fellas.
See you boys.